time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back to Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant, Big Daddy Falconer, in the house as the co-host. How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, bro.
Good week?
Yes.
Good day.
Yes.
Good day. Hanging out at the Leaf with you and Larry and Ed and Bill.
Yes, sir.
That's like going to the Stonehenge.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Because Bill and Ed are as old as Stonehenge. And you feel like there's something special there, and you're not sure if it's wisdom or they're just special.
Just special.
You know what I'm saying?
I give it wisdom.
Yeah, but then you look at Ed wearing that
The hat backward and those
the
glasses.
You're like,
Special.
could go either way.
Special. He's just special.
So we love those guys.
Yes, sir.
And it's a really like unique experience when you get to hang out with both of those guys.
Yes,
like
sir.
either one of them is great, but when you get both of them, it's like
Yes, sir.
enlightening.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I mean, because it's gold.
That's it.
When they speak, you're like,
E.F. Hutton.
I'm listening.
E.F. Hutton. E.F. Hutton.
Everybody
baby.
listens.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Place gets quiet and everybody's listening.
So I want to jump right into it. First of all, guys, we got a great influencer
Yes,
as
sir.
our guest.
Yes, sir.
We have Roxy. If you don't know Roxy, she has an amazing story. We didn't just talk about the influencing part because, you see what she does every day on Instagram. And she smokes a lot of great cigars. But her history is rich. And so you're not going to want to miss out on that interview. She was just downright honest and real. And I did not know any of those things about her or her history, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Great story.
Yeah.
Great story.
So before we get started, I'm going to tell you guys, tonight's the night that we review Cigar Aficionado's Top 25 and compare it to
Cigar Journal's Top 25.
And at the end of the whole kit and caboodle, we are going to rate. We're going to give them a score on how well they did.
Yes, sir.
Naming the cigars as the top 25 for 2021.
Yes, sir.
And you know the one thing, and maybe I'll find out when we review these, because I'm going to tell you right now, I never looked at Cigar Aficionado's Top 25 when it came out. And you know what? This was the first year I was like, it didn't even cross my mind.
Got you.
Because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're on your own journey.
Right.
So I'm on my own journey.
They're not smoking for me.
No, nor with me.
With me. They're not sending me any money.
So we
Send me some money. Anyway, no. But anyway, we're going to review both of those top 25s. I'm very interested because I don't know what either one of them named in the top 25.
Yes, sir. Me neither.
I think you told me what Cigar Aficionado's number 1 was, which I thought was a dick move. But other than that, I don't know what any of the other ones are.
Got you.
And the only reason it's a dick move, I think you should have just let me work my way down from 25 to 1 without sharing what the number 1 was. That was kind of like
question.
you
shouldn't have
pulled
asked that question.
the patch off of my jeans.
You shouldn't have asked the question.
I didn't. I don't.
You did ask the question. Which one is number 1? And I told
I
you.
did?
He's like, which one is that? And I told you. He's like, oh, okay. I can see that.
And then I was like, why would you tell me that?
Yep, that's what you said. Because you asked.
Asshole, you know me better than that. So anyway, let's tell everybody what we're smoking, what we're drinking.
I'm smoking a Tabernero Bellicosa Rolla.
Yeah.
Sun-grown.
Dude, if you haven't smoked the Bellicosa, and, I'm a fan of that Vitola.
This is a dynamite stick, man.
When I got it, you remember, like on the Salamones, that I cut the bottom off to? You could do that on that stick, but you don't need to.
Don't.
Because when you light that little tip, it perfectly spreads out the fire,
yes.
and then it goes into a perfect burn.
Yeah, you saw it.
And the ash
was perfect.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when you burn it down to there, you're like, it's even the ash tells you it was a Bellicoso.
Yes, sir. It was a great stick. Cold draw was great. And then when I got it, I was like, "Woo, this is good." And then you start talking about, I'm starting to get into that second, third, and I'm starting to feel that mellow out on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a great stick.
Let
man.
me tell you this. I talked to Yonko. I ordered a box of those. And as soon as I saw them on the website, I was like, I got to have those.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that Vitola.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Yonko's not going to disappoint.
Oh, no.
So whenever I saw them, I was like, dude, these got to be really good.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Because
they are.
when you go with that Vitola, it's like a statement cigar. And when he reached out to me and I posted a picture and he was like, that's a limited cigar. It's not going to be a regular production. We only made a limited run of those. And I was like, well, I hope that it turns into a full-time
regular run. Yeah.
Boom. Because
this is a good stick,
it's really good. And it's completely different from what I'm smoking, which is the Toro Sun-Grown, which has been in my top 25 since I found out about Tabanero. You know what I mean? Since I found out about Tabanero. Because, my number one was the Robusto.
Yes, sir.
I'm smoking the Toro now, and it is amazing.
That man knows what he's doing.
Dude, that is 100% correct. He went over to Nicaragua, and when he came back, it was like, did you ever see that movie Cocoon?
Yeah.
He was reborn with more knowledge than what he already had.
He's a straight SME for real, a subject matter expert, brother.
And when he goes over there, he's like, I don't know everything.
Yeah.
I want to learn.
Yeah.
And that impresses me for a guy that owns the company. You know what I mean? He's not like, hey, sending some schmuck over there to make sure that they're rolling the cigars good. He goes over there and builds relationships with the people making his cigars, because if you don't have those relationships, you're just a dude handing me a wad of cash.
That's right. And that's what you're going to get. What you asking for.
A sweaty wad of cash.
You come over to build a relationship, I'm going to produce what we're smoking today.
Boom. That's dropped the mic good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so,
sir.
and then we're drinking, put it right here, bro. We're drinking and this is made by Old Scout. No, I'm sorry, Smooth Ambler.
Yeah.
But it's the Contradiction. And we, earlier on the Light 'em Up Crew show, we were drinking a Ball and Bond. I think it was called Wilderness Trails. Yeah, there it is.
Wilderness Trail.
Well, I you know what? I'm not going to show their picture because I'm going to bash on them.
He's like, put it back, put it back.
There's no reason to bash somebody and then put their photo up there.
This is who it is.
Like,
this is who it is.
But it was a $57, $59 bottle. And
Not worth it.
I wanted to try it.
Not worth it.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, which is a number 5 is my average. And actually, I think it would go below 5 because it was $58.
Yeah.
And it was like not as good as some of the bourbon I drink that's $30.
Because I rated it as a 6 or 7. You was like 5.5.
Right. And then, but now that I think about it was $58, I'm like, I would just as soon drink Bullet. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I would just as soon drink 1792 or 4, whatever the hell that is. Or I would rather drink Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
And
something you getting your money's worth off of.
Right.
And a great taste.
And I'm a value drinker.
Yes, we are.
And that's why sometimes I spend money on bourbon that I normally wouldn't just to see if it's in the upper echelon. This one did not make the cut.
Nope.
So I whipped out the Contradiction by Old Scout. And like always, I'm going to rate this a 7,
Yeah.
a solid 7 for $37.
Yeah.
That's a bargain for the level of complexity and the smoothness you
Gotcha.
get. I think that's just as good, if not better, than Eagle Rare.
Wow.
What do you think, Larry? Yep, Larry says yes.
Wow.
And here's the thing. The reason I rate it above Eagle Rare, because it has the smoothness, but it has way more flavor
yeah.
than Eagle Rare. I have come to think of Eagle Rare as like one of the smoothest bourbons on the market, but it's lacking in the flavor profile.
It's just monotone.
It is. And it's nice.
Yeah.
It's
It is.
good, but the hype is bigger than the flavor profile can live up to.
Gotcha.
And so now, saying that, I walk into the Leaf and Larry's got a bottle of Eagle Rare. I'm not going to pass up drinking it.
See.
I'm not saying it sucks.
You're going to slide that glass on over.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? I'm no longer on the hunt for Eagle Rare. What I am, he said, Larry said I'd pull a Fritz, which means
man.
you're like Flash and you teleport from one side of the room to the other with your arm extended with a bourbon glass extended in front of you going, I'll take one. Just saying.
Wow.
But on the flip side, if you're also fritzing, you open your locker, you pour a glass up against your body so nobody can see that you have a bottle, and then you close the locker and you walk away as if this glass with liquor in it just appeared.
We've seen that a few times.
Yeah. Dude doesn't share, but he's always first out for the handout. And he's a Republican.
God. Here we go.
That surprises me because most Republicans aren't like that. You know what I mean?
Let's get to our sponsors.
Okay.
man.
Sorry, guys. I got
Let's get to
no
our
problem
sponsors.
with whatever. Anyway.
Tabanero, who we were just talking about when we were smoking.
Yeah, Tabanero. Look down the show notes. Follow the link and order you a box of the Bellicosos because it's a limited
Before
edition.
they're gone.
I'm excited that Jay ordered a box. And I don't know if he got 2 boxes or 1, but I can tell you what, as soon as this box is empty, I'm ordering another one.
I'm going to order me a box. I'm going to keep me some. Because this is a good stick, man.
It's what I like to call the upper echelon.
Gotcha.
The boutiques of the boutiques.
Yes, sir. You've hit a home run with that one, partner.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
I'm with you.
So anyway, look in the show notes, click on Tabanero, boom, you can go order whatever. I highly recommend the sun-grown of any Vitola and the Connecticut.
Yes.
Now, I will tell you this. I smoked the Nero, and I liked it.
Okay.
Wasn't in love with it.
I haven't had one yet.
Oh, well, let me tell you. I smoked them way back when Jay first brought them in, and they were good. But the sun-grown just, like, spoke to me. But after a few months of that Nero, which is the Maduro, resting,
yeah.
I went back and smoked it, and I was
Revisited.
like, oh, wow. In fact, Brian Wilcoxon is the one who's like, dude, have you smoked one of the Neros lately? And I was like, no. And he's like, go back to it.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about having so many people on the cigar journey, because even though like me and you don't match up 100%, we match up like 30%.
And that 30
and then
is
me
perfect.
and Wilcoxon are 30%. Yeah. And me and Larry are like 1%.
I was just going to say, that's true.
But it's like when people recommend you sticks, you're like, they know what I like. And then I went back and smoked it and was like, wow. Yeah. I just saw you retrohale that.
And
how was
perfect.
it?
Smooth.
Isn't it nice, dude?
And you could taste a little bit of that cocoa coming out of it. This is a bad stick, bruh. It's a bad stick, man.
I'm telling y'all right now, that cannot be a limited run. It has to be a regular stick.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to tell him.
Don't waste it, bruh.
Right.
Keep us going.
But anyway, let's talk about the Leaf.
Yes, sir.
So you guys know our sponsors, Tabanero, McAuliffe, and then they carry like 15 million and 32 other brands. When you walk into their humidor, you hear the doves sing because you walk into Noah's Ark.
You see Tyson in there with his pigeons, just letting them fly around.
He's in there with his tigers.
With the tigers.
You know what Tyson said the worst thing about the tigers was?
What was that?
They actually slept in his bed. Two giant.
He going too far.
He
going too far.
He said that when they would fart, you would have to get up and open the French doors, turn on the fan, and blow it out. Like it was, you couldn't sleep because he's like waving this fart gas out.
He laying there and there's this gas like on the cartoon just sitting there.
He said you can't breathe. Man. He said you cannot breathe.
Dude, no, man.
You know, the funny thing is, he was on that show I was talking about, and the funny thing is, on that Bill Maher off show, they're in like a little funky man cave kind of, and Bill Maher is holding a joint, smoking it from time to time. And Mike Tyson is holding his own, smoking it from time to time. And I'm just like, how fucked up are these guys? Come on.
Where are they now?
But he asked him about the tigers. He was like, dude, I mean, tigers don't belong in captivity. No. And Tyson's like, they weren't in captivity. They slept in my bed. Wow. Wherever they wanted to be, that's where they were.
I can see that too.
But the farts, he was like, I would bring in other people to fan it out of my room. Because, you know, Tyson's not living in a 12 by 14 bedroom. He's got like a 180 by 14 million square foot
He's
bedroom.
got a house full of bedroom.
And so it was just funny because, and they were talking about that, and Bill asked him, dude, what's up with you flying JetBlue? He's like, I love JetBlue. And the interesting thing is, Bill said, you know, they did a documentary on Netflix of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And they were complete opposites.
Yes, sir.
Like, Bird did not like the spotlight. He did not like being interviewed. He did not like fans reaching out to him. Not because he thought he was better. He just was like,
Indiana.
I'm just a guy playing basketball.
Indiana. Versus Michigan.
Magic Johnson. And do you know they were both on the Dream Team in the Olympics? And when they went over there, I think it was Barcelona, the security team told the basketball team, which was the first Dream Team, the one and only best of all-time Dream Teams, because that was a team. Yes. But they told the whole team, when you come down, use this elevator, and it will open up in the back, and you can go out the side door so people won't mob you. Everybody on the team went out that elevator except Magic Johnson, and he went out the front door.
Because that was him.
And it's not that it's not that he craves the attention, and maybe that's a little part of it, I don't know. But Tyson and him both said, what I've done, I don't belong to me.
Yeah.
I belong to the people. And so I don't want to be like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's true.
100%.
When you think of the blue collar heavyweight champion of the world, it was Mike Tyson. 100%.
Yeah. Tyson, Ali, and Marciano.
And Tyson was the most blue collar guy. I mean, if you think about the history of Muhammad Ali, he was a blue collar guy too. But
he became a superstar.
Right. Tyson is a superstar.
But he just stayed.
But he's like, I like JetBlue.
Yep. And Tiger sleeping with me.
Right. And so it was a cool interview. I didn't get to finish it, but I plan on going back and watching it because it was like, dude, Tyson's just transparent. Whatever he's doing, he don't care what you think. And I dig that.
Yes. Because that's the way you should be, man. When people their heads get too big, you're not of the people anymore. But like he said, I mean, I belong to the people. What I did belongs to the people. So I have to be there for them. That's why people's like, I can't believe he was giving out autographs like he did on the plane. That's what he does all the time.
Everywhere he goes.
All the time.
I mean, someone yells out, "Hey, Mike,
can I get an autograph?"
Boom.
He turns around. Yeah, come on. He signs it. In. Once he's done, though, he's done. Let me walk on off.
He's not blowing anybody.
No. Let me walk on off.
Right. But no, I agree. Dude, the late 80s and 90s were the best
100% him.
Boxing we had ever seen.
Yes.
We'd never seen someone that ferocious.
And just folks were scared to get in the ring with that dude, man. You know, people will talk noise, but they were scared to get in the ring. You talk noise up until that bell rang. And when that bell rang, you was like, oh, Lord.
I got to run.
I got to do something. And it was guys tried to fight with him. And
I run.
They get a few blows
I run
in.
so far away.
And his face never changed.
I got to get away.
And he's just still looking at him like, I'm still going to hit you. I don't care what you did. I'm still going to hit you. And they like, wow. It was amazing, man. It was amazing.
If you didn't live in that era,
you don't understand.
What we are talking about does not even
You don't
compute.
understand. You don't understand it.
Once he was no longer the champion, boxing has never been the same.
It hasn't. Tell the truth.
In fact, because no one could replace him is the only reason the MMA exists. Mm-hmm. Because if you tried to bring in MMA back when Tyson was going, nobody would watch that. But when there was nobody to replace that energy, that expertise, that level of ferocity, it was like, we're done.
Yes.
We're done. So, well, the producer of the show has been like shooting me the finger, which is the international sign of let's wrap it up. I guess we were going to split up the reviews, but we're going to actually go to Roxy next.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we'll do all 25.
Gotcha.
We'll give them a final grade. I'm going to give Cigar Aficionado a grade. I'm going to give your people a grade. And then you do the same.
Gotcha.
And we'll see if they're all full of shit.
Cigar Journal. Cigar Journal.
Yeah. Larry's like, what does he mean by your people? Well, two black guys and a white guy walk into the bar.
That joke.
And then they introduce themselves as Cigar Talk. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Roxy, a great influencer with an amazing family story. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a quick break. Hey guys, we got a special guest with us today. We've got Roxy, the cigar love affair from Instagram. She's an influencer. She smokes tons of great cigars. She's in California, and every time I see pictures, she's just smoking all these great cigars. I wanted to have you on so you could get to know her, and so we welcome to the show, Roxy. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, Rob. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. And tell us where you are, because, I mean, you look like you're in a tropical paradise right now.
So actually, I'm in my patio. So this is my sacred place where I sit, relax by myself, enjoy. And there's times where I have friends over and we'll be smoking here, watching TV, just relax, smoke cigars. And behind me here, I have a full cigar. This is like a really big humidor that I have behind me.
Very nice.
Lots of cigar in there from TPE, PCA, pretty much.
You still got cigars from TPE?
And everything. I still have it.
Wow.
You know, when you have so much cigars, it's so hard to decide which to smoke, you know? Give out to friends and stuff, and I still have a lot left over.
Right. And that's kind of like what we do. I mean, I smoke a ton of cigars, but I always have people over to the studio when we're doing the show. And so when they come over, I'm just handing out cigars.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
It's fun,
Mm-hmm. Especially when you have friends with you hanging out, they forget their cigar. You say, hey, pick what you want in the humidor.
That's what I tell them. I'm like, hey, grab a cigar. And they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, just whatever you want. If it's in there, take it. So
yeah.
How did you get into the cigar arena?
So in 1992, my dad moved from Long Beach and he bought a liquor store in Chino, California. And in 1994, he built a humidor inside the liquor store.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a really nice big humidor. And till this day, it's still there, even though my dad sold his store. The humidor is still there. Every day after school, I would go into the humidor, open up the door, smell the aroma. After I'm done, I would head home, But in a million years, I would never think I would smoke cigars, But it's crazy how that happens. And then
here you are.
Here I am smoking cigars.
And now, how long have you been regularly smoking cigars?
I say the first 2 years wasn't as much, but after that, I smoke a lot.
Right?
Yeah. It really helps out with when you have stress, when you have anxiety, when you feel down, the cigar actually helps you with your anxiety, depression, just that feeling. I don't know if you know or understand what I'm saying.
And it's because you're doing a breathing exercise while you smoke, whether you realize it or not. And it's just like meditation. You know what I mean? Those rhythm of breathing that way is going to relax you.
Yeah. My ex-boyfriend actually got me into cigars. So he introduced me to Gurkha, and Gurkha was a very, very strong cigar. And I didn't like it. The first time I had it, I did not like it. I'm like, this is not for me, and then we end up going to a cigar lounge and they sell flavored cigar. So I ended up trying flavored cigar and fell in love with it. And I smoked flavored cigar for a full year. And it was my favorite was by far the Tatiana Groovy Blue. Smells like bubblegum, tastes like bubblegum. I loved it. So from there, after a year, I ended up smoking a mild cigar and then worked my way up to a medium to a full body. And now I can handle any single cigars.
Nice.
And I enjoy it so much, but also depending on the mood of the day,
Absolutely.
You decide whether you want a full body or a medium body, just depending on the mood.
Yeah, I very rarely. I mean, I might smoke a full-bodied cigar maybe every other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not my go-to anymore. It used to be that's what I loved,
Uh-huh.
And now it's just kind of what kind of mood am I in? What time of day is it? What am I drinking? Whew, I love this. Can you see that ash? It is so nice.
Yeah.
I'm smoking the Tabanero Sun-Grown, and it's like the Bellicoso 5x58. And, it's almost like a short Salamone. And I'd never tried these until I got them today. And I was like, oh, these are fabulous. They smoke so well so far.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I'm smoking the El Satimo.
Awesome.
I love this. It's
full-bodied cigar.
This is medium to full body. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't had I've had one of their brand cigars before, but I've never had that one for sure.
Yeah. I love the new Sacred Arts collection. Pretty much all their collection. I think they have 7 cigars named after the artist. And by far, I love the Bamba and the Van Gogh. The Van Gogh is 9 inches long by 62. Can't remember the size.
62. That's big.
Yeah, it's a big cigar.
Now, how big is that? That looks pretty big.
This looks pretty big too.
Yeah.
But I think the Van Gogh is a little bit bigger than this one.
What ring gauge do you think that is? Is that a 60?
I say it's about 60.
Okay. So
yeah.
Nice looking leaf as the wrapper. That's a good looking cigar.
Very nice, oily, dark, oily wrapper.
Yeah, it's very nice looking.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, do you ever go back to your dad's store? I mean, you said he sold it, but do you still go
all
back?
the time.
I mean, it's got to bring back great memories.
It does. I go there to get the beef jerky.
You don't get cigars while you're there?
No, because I have a lot of cigars already. So everything that they have in there is what I have in here. So it's like pointless to go there and buy cigars from there.
I got you. Yeah. And so you said that you moved to California. Where are you originally from?
I am from Cambodia. I was born in Cambodia.
Oh, wow.
And, we traveled from Cambodia to Thailand, from Thailand to the Philippines. And from the Philippines, we landed in Philadelphia, which, the state gave my parents with 3 kids and 2 adults $50 when they landed to survive off of.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's crazy, right? To think about that, like $50, that's like nothing. It's like chump change.
That's like buying 3 or 4 cigars.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow. And so, but you came from the Philippines and you landed in Philadelphia. So they took you all the way across to the other side.
Yeah.
And so how did you end up going from Philadelphia all the way over to California?
So we have a lot of relatives who also live in Long Beach, California, Stockton, California. So we end up coming out to Stockton first, up north, Northern California. We stayed there for a while, then we traveled to Washington. My parents struggled when we were younger.
Sure.
So, yeah. So as an immigrant, they struggle trying to make money, by picking, this is a very hard subject for me when it comes to, my parents when I was younger. They picked fruits for a living and everything until they saved money. And then we ended up buying a car and came back out here to Southern California, to Long Beach. It's a Cambodian town. And then my parents started sewing, and my dad did a voiceover movie. And then when he realized that he was famous by his voice, he decided to leave that company and created his own company, which is called Miura Video, which is Peacock Video, And so ever since then, he does that until he retired, and he ended up going to live in Cambodia.
That's amazing.
We have plantation out there, about 1,600 acres.
Wow. And what's the crop? I don't know what they grow there.
So we have lychee, we have jackfruit, we have corn, we have rice field, mango.
Wow.
Coconut trees. You're talking about 10,000 coconut trees, 10,000 lychee trees. So pretty much everything.
Wow. I mean, but 1,600 acres, you're growing. I mean, they're growing enough food for like a whole village.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And then my dad just finished building his house right by the farm. So that's really nice, overlooking his lake that he built for the farm. So it's kind of nice.
Have you been to visit?
I've been to Cambodia about 6-7 times, but then I got sick. So ever since I got sick, I couldn't go back because, it's a third world country. And, third world country can actually kill me because if they don't give me the right antibiotics, I can die. I'm pretty much allergic to almost all the antibiotics. Every time I get hospitalized, it takes them about 2 to 3 hours to find that particular antibiotics to give me, and they have to give me Benadryl ahead of time through the IV before they give me the medication, or else I'll have hives all over me. Wow. And it's crazy. So basically, I have lupus. It's an autoimmune disease which attacked my kidneys, actually both kidneys, and I was on dialysis for 6.5 years. The first 2 years was 8 hours, 7 days a week. And then after that, I did 14 hours, 7 days a week. And 14 hours take a toll on my body, after the 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, 6 years. It's crazy. 10 hours on the machine and 4 hours manually.
Wow.
Yeah. And in
Now, how long
2000.
ago was that?
So I retired since 2010, right when my kidney failed. So from there, I couldn't go to work. And when I think I could, I ended up trying to go back to work. I worked as a casino dealer. And I went back to Commerce Casino. I went back to Bicycle Casino because, I was bored. Being on the
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm just bored. But when I went back to work, I was very unhealthy. I was sick constantly. And so I had to quit. And so I ended up just doing little things on the side as a hobby. I make bracelets, jewelry. So I made El Septimo right here.
Very cool.
The resin on it. I do like pendants and stuff. Just something to keep me busy. I make bikinis. I never realized I was that talented. So until I got sick.
Well, and I mean, when you had to find something to do other than what you were normally doing, that's when you start like, you know what? I can do that. Yeah. I can do that,
Yeah.
And so, wow. Well, so how are you right now? I mean, are you like, because you're not doing dialysis 14 hours a day now, right?
No. I have a kidney transplant in 2016 of October, right after my birthday. But during the time when I was on dialysis in 2016, lupus attacked my lip. It thinned out my lips and it kept cracking and it kept bleeding. So the doctor wanted to give me prednisone, and I asked him not to give me prednisone because every time I take prednisone, I end up being 165 pounds where I can't walk, So he ended up giving me a medication. I asked him for something similar to prednisone. So he gave me methotrexate, which I did not know that it was actually a chemo medication. So methotrexate, I only took 2 doses and I ended up taking a break because it wasn't helping at all. I wanted to get a second opinion. So a month later, it attacked my body and put me into a coma. I couldn't swallow. I couldn't swallow my saliva, kept spitting it out. My mind, I couldn't concentrate. Like I felt something's wrong with me and I felt like something's wrong with my throat, rushed to the ER. The next thing I know, I was hallucinating that evening. I've had heart failure, several seizures, strokes, swelling in my brain, fluid in my lungs. My white blood count went down to a 1 to the point where they wanted to do a bone marrow twice, but I kept twitching. And I was in and out from a coma. And when I'm awake, I'm like a vegetable. I couldn't hear anything or see anything. And most of all, I had an out-of-body experience.
Wow.
And it's the craziest thing. If I tell you, you wouldn't believe me because you haven't experienced that yourself.
I would believe you because I have.
Okay. So basically, I was about to cross over. I was so close to crossing over.
I didn't experience it in that way. So, but I have a very good friend at the Leaf who was dead for like 6 minutes, and he had that experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was so close to crossing over. But I'm Buddhist, by the way, and I heard the monk call me to come back. I heard his voice, and I stopped. And I go, holy fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language.
You're good.
But that's what my mind thought. I was in a whole different dimension. And all I see was a light in front of me that I was supposed to cross over. And so when I stopped, I watch YouTube. I hear people say that near their death experience, they see God, they see Jesus. I didn't get to see that. But what I always wanted to know is we have a body. So basically, we don't have a body. We're just a soul. So after hearing the monk's voice, I followed him back to my body, got in through my head, tried to move my fingers, tried to say, I'm here, try to open my eyes. Nothing happened. All I can do is just lay in my body and listen to him blessing me. I felt the blessing water on me and everything. And it's crazy, to know that I'm awake, but my body's not awake. It's that feeling, but at the same time, I was at peace because I know where I'm at. Yeah. And so he tied this bracelet on my wrist so that I wouldn't leave my body.
Oh, wow.
So this is a blessing bracelet. So toward the end, 14th day, the doctor told my family that they gave up on me. Like there's nothing else they could do. All you can do is pray. And on the 15th day, I ended up waking up, but I was like in and out. I wasn't fully there yet. And all I heard from my sister is, if you eat this, I give you $500. And it's like, it's a pudding. So I ended up eating the pudding and I said, it's good. What if I eat another one? Can you give me another $500? And she just started laughing. I actually passed out again or whatever. And then by the 17th day, I woke up and I was fully awake. My white blood count was back to normal and everything just went great. And then after that, October 21st, I got a kidney transplant.
Wow. So
I was shocked.
Go?
Yeah, because 2016, I was in and out of the hospital once or twice a month. And every time I'm in there, I'm like in there for like 1 week to 2 weeks,
Right.
For them to give me a kidney transplant. I was very happy.
I can imagine. I mean, how long had you been waiting?
6.5 years.
Wow.
My body was shutting down because, doing dialysis 7 days a week is not easy. It's not easy at all. It takes a toll on your body. So,
I always heard it was not that hard to get a kidney, like if you go to Vegas.
Certain areas where there's...
That's a joke.
Oh.
Where they, like, the guy wakes up and he's chained to the bed and there's a note that says, hey, thanks for the kidney.
Yeah. No. Like I say, certain areas like up north in California, up north, my ex-sister-in-law got her kidney transplant within a year.
Wow.
Yeah. Out here, Southern California, it takes like anywhere 6 to 8 to 9 years. But luckily I picked a Script Hospital, so it only took me 6.5 years.
And I mean, 6.5 years to go through all that. That's a lot and a long time. I can't even imagine how all of the illness just really weighed on your mental health as well.
Yes. And that's the thing. 2015 is when my ex-boyfriend actually introduced me to cigars. Because I was so stressed out. I was depressed, anxiety at the same time. I was always feeling down and my face was swollen because, when you have lupus, you have that moon face where it's like always swollen. My eyelids aren't like this, it's like poofy out and my body is scrawny. And I was just in a very depressed stage, and cigars really helped me, and I learned to accept my health. In the beginning of 2010, when I first got sick, it was difficult. It took me a year. I went to see my doctor and I told him straight out, like, I think I'm depressed because I wake up every night crying for 3 hours until my eyes are poofy. So my doctor ended up giving me depression medication, took it for a full year, learned to accept it. And, my daughter also saved my life, because when I first got sick, it was not easy. I couldn't walk. My skin was tender, all that. But
how did you find out that, when did you find out you had autoimmune disease?
So I became a blackjack dealer in 2005. In 2006 of November on Thanksgiving night, I felt sick. I felt tired, extremely tired. So by February 2007, I went to see a doctor and see what's wrong with me because I'm like wanting to pass out all the time. I feel like I'm floating from table to table and stuff. And so I got diagnosed in May 2008 that I had lupus because I had like a sunburn on my face, but I wasn't out in the sun. It's called butterfly rash. Oh. And that's how they diagnosed me with lupus. And as soon as they diagnosed me with lupus, that's when my kidney was failing at the same time. And I would go to work at 165 pounds in flip-flops because I just bought a house over $500,000.
You had to go to work.
I had to go to work because I just bought a house. So that was very tough on me.
Oh, I can imagine. So you got the kidney transplant. How has it been since then? Is it like everything's great now, or do you still have some battles with the lupus? How's that going?
I'm blessed to have the kidney transplant, but I'm still battling with low immune system. It's constantly infection after infection. recently I was in the hospital. I still have the scars on my hand and stuff from being in the hospital, but they checked me. So I was septic. I was 101.7 fever, and pretty much they ran everything. They did a spinal tap where they get the fluid to check for meningitis. They check for mono. They check for every single virus, everything that's they can check that they can think of. And it turns out nothing's wrong with me, but I was septic. My white blood count was like at 16, which is extremely high. But they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me.
Wow.
So I stayed in the hospital for 5 days, and finally they released me. And see, it's just, it comes and goes when it feels like it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. It's either I'm in bed all day for the next 2-3 days, or I'm going to be up and going. So I can't predict what tomorrow will be like.
So it's just, day by day.
Yeah, day by day. So like last week, you know how I was supposed to, was it last week?
Yeah.
How we were supposed to do the interview, and I wasn't able to because I was in ER.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the problem. It's very unpredictable.
I have a 20-year-old daughter who has an autoimmune disease. And so hers is completely different from yours, but like we didn't know that she had an autoimmune disease until she was like, wow, probably 16, 17. And it's like after you find out, you're like, that explains a lot. You know what I mean? We didn't know what some of these things were in the past because no one had checked for autoimmune disease. And her body doesn't process vitamin B.
What does she have?
I couldn't tell you. I can't pronounce it even if I could, but her body doesn't process vitamin B. I
see. Yeah, like my body can't hold the magnesium. So I get infusion once a month to get the magnesium. Before it used to be twice a month, but because I have no more veins, because I've been sick since 2007. So they end up doing it once a month for the magnesium infusion. So
what does magnesium do for you, or without it?
So basically, magnesium is supposed to help with your bones.
Oh,
you know, and it's supposed to like keep your bone healthy and strong, because if you fall, you can break a hip if you don't have magnesium in your body.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, she does. My daughter does B12 injections. And I think she does one like once a week. And when sometimes that's not enough. And then it's like, you can tell because she gets really moody and everything's wrong and she's hungry. She doesn't feel good. But if you tell her, have you had your B12? She gets pissed. You know what I mean? She's like, I don't, and it's like, all right, just asking.
Yeah, because, I used to be anemic when I was on dialysis. So my white blood count or blood cell actually attacked the red blood cell. So it would take up all my red blood cells. So I would be low in oxygen, which caused me to pass out. So every week I would get a shot in my arm. It's called Epigen or Procrit, another term for it, which reproduces the red blood cell. Whatever blood cell you have left in the body, it reproduces it.
Okay.
So if I don't have that shot, I would constantly get blood infusion nonstop. I've had it for about 6 times. So whatever these people are allergic to, I end up being allergic to it too, because I was never like this before.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, not only are you getting the magnesium, but like wherever it came from, you're getting that too.
Yes.
Wow.
So yeah, like the kidney transplant. Before, I don't really like American food. It doesn't fill me up. Like I have to have my Asian food. And now with the kidney transplant, as soon as I got the kidney transplant, the next day I crave for bacon. I just want to eat bacon. And it's crazy because I ended up gaining up to 145 pounds. And I was like, oh no.
And how tall are you? I don't think you're very tall.
No, I'm 5'1". I used to be 5'2", but I shrunk.
All right.
I'm losing cartilage in my knees. So there's a whole load of stuff about me that it's just crazy.
You're like the person that they want to come visit like at the college for health day. Like, this is this, this is this. You're the whole example.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I got my cigars. It helps.
And you've
It
got
just
good
helps,
friends. You have family.
Great friends.
And
Yes.
so, I mean,
wonderful families.
many, many blessings.
Many blessings. So
how did you, I mean, while all this is going on, not only are you smoking cigars, but you also become a cigar influencer on Instagram.
you know, at the beginning, I wouldn't want to consider myself cigar influencer with 3,000 followers, but people kept calling me as an influencer. So I kind of just said, okay, I'm an influencer.
Yeah. I mean, whether you wanted to or not, you had a following. Instagram recognized that with their algorithms, and they put you on everybody's page, and boom, it is what it is, whether that's what you intended or not.
Yeah. It's a blessing, you know, to have all these people on my Instagram and everything and try to get to know me. Very blessed. And especially when I go live and they log on, I appreciate them so much, you know, just, you know, listening to what I have to say.
Right.
So it's very nice. But, you know, along with cigars, I met a lot of good people, a lot of great people. So.
Yeah, that's the best part of it.
Yes.
That's, for me, that's the best part.
It is. It is. And I love the cigar community. You know, everybody's very friendly, lovable. You know, we smoke, we chat, we sit together, just enjoy. This Friday, we're going to Sinners. It's called Ladies Night. So I'm looking forward to that. It's at Paula's place.
Yeah,
So.
and it's a beautiful place. I love the way that she's decorated the place. It just so cozy, but it just has a really unique style that you're not going to find at a regular cigar. You know what I mean? It's not the regular brown leather chairs.
And the thing is, it's a speakeasy.
Yeah.
So basically, the front shop is like a barber shop. So you can go in there, you can get a haircut, whatever, drink, smoke. You can do all that in the front. And then you go behind the other room. There's like a speakeasy cigar lounge where you just go sit, chill, chat with friends, enjoy the moment. You know, it's a very nice vibe.
Yeah.
So from the front room to the back room, it's all antique stuff.
Now, do you know Kyle from Dad Smoking Cigars?
Of course. Yes.
Figured so. And
we were smoking together at Sinners last week on Friday. Yeah, it was Friday.
Awesome. Well, he had told me he'd been there, and I've seen pictures of him, but it's like, you know what they need to do is, like, when you go from the barber shop into Sinners, instead of a door, they need a bookshelf to, like, you move a book.
Oh, yeah. So I've been to one, which is a restaurant called McAllen. And it's in Brea, California. And so it's a restaurant in the front. And then there's like a bookshelf and a phone booth, a red phone booth. You go through that phone booth, you open it up. It's like a bookshelf when you look at the door. And so that's like a speakeasy as well. So what they serve in the front doesn't serve in the back room. In the back room, they have like kangaroo meat. They got all these special food. Wow. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Now, did you like kangaroo meat?
I have not tried, so I didn't know they had kangaroo meat. I ended up eating in the front first, then went to the back room.
I've tried it, but to be fair, I don't know if I like regular kangaroo. This was kangaroo jerky.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, no, I have not tried that yet.
Well, my daughter was in Australia for 2 years, and she brought me back alligator jerky. I mean, just all kinds of weird jerky.
I've had alligator. They deep fried the meat. It's at what is it? I can't remember the Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, wow.
Restaurant. They serve alligator meat.
I've had alligator, but I wasn't a big fan. I thought it was a little rubbery.
I say it tastes like chicken, to be honest with you.
Everything does not taste like chicken.
Yeah, everything tastes like chicken.
So, being from Cambodia originally, like, what type of food do you love that's from Cambodia?
Well, there's papaya salad. There's like beef stick and stuff like that. certain soup like curry. There's many different kind of soups, so it's hard to tell you exactly what particular soup, but we eat a lot of curry as well.
I didn't know that. I see, because I had friends that are from India and they have a lot of curry, but I didn't know that like carried over into different parts of the African community as well.
Well, Buddhism is all from India. That's how we became Buddhists. We learned it from India.
Oh, okay.
So basically, even our food is similar to ours. Like Thai, Laos, and Vietnamese food are similar to Cambodian food. They're pretty much all Southeast Asia food,
Okay.
And India is part of Southeast Asia.
I'm very bad at geography.
Yeah, because India is known as Asia in the Asia continent.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I always thought it was its own thing.
No. So India is Asian continent, but when you're talking about like Armenian, that's like Middle Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah. I always thought Indian was Middle Eastern, but it turns out they're actually Asian.
I didn't know that. I thought they were
Middle Eastern. And there's so
Eastern.
many arguments about that with my friends, but
you're like, I've been there. I know.
Yeah. So.
Well, and you said Armenian. Two guys that are Armenians in the cigar business?
Two guys? I don't know if two. I only know one.
Who?
Jean-Pierre.
I did not know Jean-Pierre was, but.
Yeah, he's Armenian.
Gus and Billy, the owners of Viva La Vida.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, yeah. I'm not familiar. I know the brand, but I'm not familiar with the owner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Two great guys that moved to America like 30 years ago. And now they make cigars with AJ Fernandez. So, and they're great guys. I mean, just amazing guys.
I know that Rocky Patel and Nish Patel is Indian.
I heard that. I did not know if that was true.
Well, when we were at PCA last year, I think it was PCA, they hung out with us because I was with El Septimo with Zaya in the own private room, and Nish Patel and Rocky Patel came in to crash the party with us, so kind of talk to them.
Who was fun to hang out, Rocky or Nish?
Nish is more wild.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. And he talks a lot. So
are you going to
Rocky is more quiet.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's more quiet.
That's
more mellow compared to Nish Patel.
Oh, well, compared. Yeah. So are you going to
They're
PCA?
really cool people.
Are you going to PCA?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
I am looking forward to that.
Yeah, I went to TPE. I couldn't pull off PCA. And plus, I'm not a big fan of going to Vegas in July. It's a little hot.
Why? That's the best part. You get to go to the pool, smoke cigars, sit and chill. You can't go wrong. And you're going out with friends. That's the best part.
That's the best part of Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
What? TPE was my very first time to ever go to Vegas.
Really?
Yes.
Well, how long have you been in this business?
3.5 years.
And you've never went to TPE?
Just this last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't even know if I want to go to PCA, but I'm thinking about maybe going to the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest in Colorado.
I see. Okay. I heard about that last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. I didn't get to go. One thing with me is I'm worried when I travel far that the hospital has to be there, and I'm allergic to everything. So for me, I got to make sure that I'm going to be in good hands.
Sure. So, do you if you're allergic to a lot of things, do you have like an EpiPen or something like that you can like stab in your leg?
I do have, if I'm taking codeine, anything with codeine in it, they give me the, EpiPen.
Okay.
But I do have it. I haven't used it, but I do have it with me.
And it's like, are you like super sensitive to like mosquitoes and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because mosquito can give me fevers.
Wow.
And this is why in my patio, I have the nets all around, making sure, there's no mosquito coming in.
I didn't even know California had mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah. You can't see them. They're really small. But they'll bite you.
Out here, we have tiger mosquitoes.
Mm.
Have you ever seen those?
They're big.
Oh, they're huge. They're huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're so big that the reason they call them tiger mosquitoes is because you can see stripes on their back.
Yeah.
They have to be really big to be able to see the stripes on their back.
Yeah.
Because like yours, if they had stripes, you wouldn't even notice because they're so small.
Yeah.
So I hate mosquitoes. Texas has lots of mosquitoes. So I want to say thank you for coming on. Now, are you ready to play a little trivia?
Sure.
All right. Now, I have not pre-selected these. These are just random. How many continents are there in the world?
7.
Boom. You said you weren't good at it.
I'm not, but I had we talked about it with our friends when we were at Sinners. We were like counting all the continents.
Ah. All right. If they say whale alone, give them the point. All right. Never mind. That was the answer.
Like what?
Question. All right. Let me skip down. Who is SpongeBob's best friend?
Oh my God. I don't watch SpongeBob. The starfish?
All right. I'm going to give you, because part of his name is Star. So I'm going to let you have that one. That's Patrick Star.
Yeah. Patrick. There we go. Yes.
Uh-huh. How many sides does a pentagon have?
Pentagon. 8?
No, 5.
5. Dang it.
That's all right. You're 2 and 1. What is the name of Harry Potter's father?
I don't watch that. So
I wouldn't have known either. So anyway, now you lost that one. That was James Potter.
yeah, see, I wouldn't know that because I don't watch it. My daughter would know it.
Where do penguins live?
Where do what?
Penguins live.
On ice?
A location in the world.
Antarctica?
Boom, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got that one.
OMG.
All right. Now that's too easy. I can't give you that one.
Really?
It
might be hard for me.
No, it was super easy. I was like, what? No one. No, thank you. At what temperature does water freeze?
0 degrees.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give that one to you too. Fahrenheit, it's 32. Celsius, it's 0.
Woo, woo.
So you get that one. You're 3 and 3. You need 2 more for a win.
Okay.
What is a 3-wheeled bicycle called?
Tricycle.
Boom. Oh, you know what? Here's an easy one for you. I wouldn't give you this one, but anyway.
It might be hard for me.
No, we're not going to do that. And Alice in Wonderland fell down the what? Alice in Wonderland fell down the what?
Fell down the tunnel?
Nope. The rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole. I don't think I watched that either. So
You've never seen
I see here and there.
Wonderland?
Mm-hmm.
It starts out with her chasing a rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay. Who is the evil woman who wanted to steal all the Dalmatians?
Koala? Did I say it right?
You didn't say it right, but I know what you mean. But
Yeah.
there's a little more to it. I'll give you a hint because I'm going to say it the way it is. It's Cruella.
Cruella.
Cruella DeVille.
I was going to say the evil.
No, Cruella DeVille. All right. Which country is also a continent?
Which country is also a continent?
Right.
Which country is also a continent? Australia?
Boom. And you win.
What the?
You made it harder than it had to be. You were thinking, oh, how's this? And you're like, oh, yeah, I got it.
Oh my God. Some of the question, I wasn't even sure if I was right.
Well, you got 5. You're the winner. And so now you have the opportunity to ask me any 2 questions.
Any 2 questions? So what got you into smoking?
Cigars, I assume.
Yes.
Because I smoked cigarettes back when I was 16.
Oh, okay. Cigars.
And the funny thing is, you were talking about how you would walk in and smell that aroma
Yes.
that had his humidor. So when I was a kid, we actually had a smoke shop in the mall that sold cigars and pipe tobacco.
Mhm.
And we would walk in there, I mean, at like 15, just because it smelled amazing. You know what I mean? And then later on, I guess, shoot, I was probably 35. I would come back to visit where my best friend lived. And because we didn't get to do it very often, we would go out and have a good time. And we always went to a cigar shop. We didn't know anything about cigars.
Mhm.
And so I would be like, yeah, we're going to buy these. And they would be like two $20 cigars. And because we knew nothing, we thought, well, if you buy a $20 cigar, it's got to be good. You know what I mean? And we didn't know. And so that went on for like, I want to say 2 years. And then I smoked a Christoph and I fell in love with it that night. You know what I mean? It was like, that was a cigar that was like, oh, wow, I can taste these flavors. And that's how it got started.
I see. Yeah, I think, with a lot of people, they have certain different experience that got them into smoking cigars.
Yeah. I mean, there's no one way that we do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or a friend got us into it or something like that,
Yeah. And I mean, it's just so random. And I mean, a lot of guys I've talked to got into smoking them because that's what you did when you were in the military. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of scenarios where those traditions got picked up.
I see. So my second question, how did you come about in getting to YouTube channel?
So the YouTube channel has only been going on for around a year. We started the podcast in 2018. Mm-hmm. It was like December the 15th.
Okay.
But before that, I had started writing a blog and I was writing reviews about cigar lounges. Everywhere I would go, I would visit the local lounge, check it out. And I only did that for like 3 months. And I met so many cool shop owners. I was like, I don't want to write about it. I want to interview them so that people can hear from owners. And that's how the show started. And so Cigar Talk as an audio show, I guess probably for the first 3 months was always me interviewing people. And then on week 17, I had one of my best friends come in and he's the co-host of the show. And so once we started doing that, we really quit traveling and we set up shop here in the studio, and we started recording the show. And now we still travel some, we still interview tons of people, but it's no longer where it's just me interviewing someone. It's like you're part of the show on this, and I haven't decided if it'll be a standalone or if we'll, like, when we do an interview and we put it in the show, we record the first half of the show, and then we record the second half of the show. And then in the computer editing crazy business, I sandwich you in between the two bookends of the show. And so it'll be first part interview, last part.
That's pretty cool.
That's how we do it. And so it's been a crazy ride. It's been very enjoyable. The most enjoyable part is all the cool people that I've been able to meet. And when I say that, I don't mean like famous cigar people. I just all the regular people that I get to hang out with and smoke with that I've met throughout the journey.
Yeah, same here. It's crazy how you meet people through cigar industry, you know, and they become your friends, they become your family.
Yeah. And it's like, it really is. I mean, it's like family, friends. When you need somebody, they're there. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a very unique community. I don't know of another community like it.
That has like a tight niche to it. Yeah. I know what you mean.
I mean, if you're in the cigar community and you're part of it, you get respect and you give respect. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, and a lot of communities don't have that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree when it comes to that.
So
the other day,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Rob, the other day I was watching you on live, and one person had made a comment about, you know, females dressing too sexy for smoking cigars and stuff like that. And you threw your opinion. Do you remember what you said?
Now, how long ago was this?
It was like a few days ago.
Who was I talking to?
I can't remember.
Well, you're going to have to help me there. First of all, whoa. Was I on a live? It was on
Yes, with 3 other guys.
Yeah. No, I have no idea what I said.
Okay.
Lay it on, go.
So what's your opinion when it comes to females smoking cigars, doing sexy pictures, you know?
So here, I do have an opinion on that, okay? And I was asked this question before on Paula's show. I don't remember what I said on the other show the other day, but on Paula's show, I said, we don't need any more of that. What we need is just to enjoy the community, blah, blah, blah. And even Paula gave me guff about saying that. And it's like, here's the thing. I think that we have enough women that are taking up that niche that we don't need to pile on. Because here's what happens, I think. I think women see what other women do and they copycat. And so it's not who they are. It's just, how can I get as many followers as possible? So they look to the people who have tons of followers. So instead of being themselves, they copycat. Now, if that's your thing and that's really who you are, I'm down with that. But if you're just trying to build an image that's not really you, I'm not down with that. I think that we have to be true to be who we are.
Ourselves, yes.
Right.
I agree.
So, I mean, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I took up for the women on that the other night. Saying
you did.
You know, you can't, and you know, and my opinion has changed because I had a friend write something that was bashing women in a way.
Yes.
In the cigar community. And I was like, yeah, I agree with that. And not because they was bashing, but the point that was being made was that women in the cigar community, there's been a whole lot of attacking each other. And the guy was like, you know what? I'm not going to follow any more women influencers or on Instagram because all they do is fight each other. And that's not what the cigar community is about. And I thought, but I talked to another female influencer and she said, that's bullshit. And let me tell you why. And I was like, I'm all ears. She said, it's really way less than what people think because people blow that out of proportion. And the second thing is it goes on way more with men, just nobody talks about it. And so it's really not fair to call out the women for it when it's happening behind the scenes with guys too. Just nobody gives a shit if the guys are doing it.
Yeah.
So that was really kind of eye-opening to me because I was like, I hadn't thought about that. So I'm always willing to listen and learn.
Yeah. So for me, I've always loved being in fashion. I've loved style. I'm really into style. Like growing up at the age of 3 years old in the Philippines, I was wearing high heels already. So that was always me. I was always into that. When it comes to fashion style, growing up, I made my own little mini skirt, when my parents was sewing, so I've always been into that. So for me, I love being sexy. I love being out there.
Well, and if you have fashion all the way around, and I can tell you this, you know how I know that? People, before we started the video, she's like moving plants around. She's got this over here. She sees the vision. And so it's not just on how you look, it's how the overall everything around you looks.
Yes. So that's me. Like, I feel like this is who I am. And for me, I tell my followers, if you don't like my post, if you're unhappy with the way I post stuff, unfollow me.
Yeah.
Or block me.
I say the same thing because I offend people with just what I say. I had somebody a couple of weeks ago that posted on my Facebook page and they said something that, hey, I didn't like what you said, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I didn't mean to offend you, but I did say that. And if you don't want to listen, I completely understand. But I'm not going to censor myself. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of women out there that, think that, smoking cigars, you need to be more classy and stuff. I understand. You need to be more classy. But at the same time, you can also be sexy at the same time. If you have the body, if you
women that say that,
then show it.
I'm sorry, that's not nice. I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of battling going on versus, you got to cover up more. You're showing too much. You're smoking cigar. You don't need to be sexy. It's 2022. People can do whatever they want. If they're comfortable with themselves, with their body, let them do it.
Right.
And that's how I feel.
And if people,
if you're not happy with your body and you don't want to show it, then don't show it.
Show it. Right.
Yeah.
But don't tell. I'm very much I'm not a very political person, except I believe in my freedom 100%. As long as what I do doesn't impede on your freedom,
yes,
then I'm good. And as long as you're doing whatever you want to do, as long as it doesn't impede on my freedom, I'm happy for you to go do whatever you want to do.
I agree.
Other than that,
so that's my perspective. I have to say this because, there's a lot of things going on where I hear girls telling me this and that and all this, but
now what do the guys
say?
This
is my page. This is what I want to do with my page. And if you don't like it, unfollow me.
Right.
I've blocked over 400 people that has fake accounts. So for me, it's not about getting the numbers up there. It's about having the legit cigar smoker on my Instagram.
Right.
So that's what's important, because if someone messaged me regarding about business stuff, I'm able to see that instead of random people with fake account messaging me and taking up all the space.
I agree. You know what I get a ton of? I get a ton of like young, hot girls that follow me. And when I go over, their page is private. Do you know how that works?
Mm-mm.
So what they want you to do is you go, oh, that's a cute girl, and I'll follow her back. Well, really, all she's trying to do is get you to pay to join her OnlyFans page or something like that.
Oh,
so it's like, hey, you know. So now I'm like, delete.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm thinking, how many guys are doing that? You know what I mean? It's like, it's like almost getting scammed to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you gotta be careful too. When you're clicking that link, someone can hack into your account easily.
Right. And
so you just have to be very, very careful with what you do.
That's gone on a lot lately. A lot of
So Nish Patel lost his account last year, and he was telling me he was like really bummed out. And I told him, look, if you lost your account, contact Instagram, see if you can get a code and, you know, do all this stuff, because I lost my account at one point. And my daughter, she's majoring in cybersecurity, but she's graduating next year in May. So she helped me and got my account back. So I'm holding this piece of paper with my name and the code on it and everything. And so she sent it to Instagram, and they end up having me reset the password and everything.
I got locked out of my account about 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I forgot the password. And the email that I started with is not the email I have now. So I didn't have that email account anymore.
I see.
And it was ridiculous. Anyway, I thought I got to start over. And I was not happy about that. And anyway, I just randomly checked the password like 2 weeks later, and it worked. And I was like, holy shit. And I was so excited. I forgot what the password was.
You're like, dang. So another thing, I heard a lot about YouTube, that, you know, they're shutting down a lot of YouTubers regarding about cigars.
Yeah.
Posting the links, or even saying, like, for example, luxurycigar.com. You can't even say it, or you'll get banned.
So I'm gonna have to mute that when we play this back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's no big deal. I didn't even know that. I'd never heard that. So, you know, I heard that Cigar Obsession was down.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I'm going to my page right now. Let's see if it's still up. Yep. So far, so good.
Well, my ex-boyfriend, he's under Cigar Titan. He has his own YouTube channel as well. And he was here yesterday, and I was talking to him about it. And he was telling me now they have to find a certain way to do it, or else, you know, they get blocked.
Yeah, I went and I uploaded a couple of videos on Rumble. Have you ever heard of that? It's like the YouTube that nobody wants to use.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's very similar to YouTube. It's just there's not hardly anybody on there.
I see.
And so, you know, maybe this is something that we all migrate for the cigar community. You know, I don't know. But I'll tell you what.
I noticed.
Sorry, go ahead.
I also noticed on Instagram, the likes, the views has been slowing down a lot lately. And I think maybe it's the music or something that blocks it, because I'm not seeing a lot of people from Europe liking the pictures anymore. It's like they're not seeing it.
Right. And I mean, that now, in my experience, like, do you have your account under personal or business?
Business.
That's a mistake. And here's the reason why. Because as soon as you check the box that says business, which I did it too, there's no reversing that. Once you check the box business, that's what they classify you as. Even if you go back and change it to personal, too late. They don't want you to be able to market yourself. They want you to pay for advertising on Instagram. However, they won't let you because you do cigar stuff. I see. So they limit who sees your stuff. But if you like took pictures of puppies and posted them and there's no business associated with that account, it could be seen by every follower they have. But because you selected a business, they're only showing it to like 40% of the people that follow you.
I see. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? You don't want to start over.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, do you do a lot of lives on Instagram?
I wouldn't say I do a lot. I do it here and there when I feel like it. Like recently, last week, Saturday, I went to Cigar and Spirit, but I was having so much fun that I didn't even get to record all around the experience that I was having. I was too busy dancing, too busy smoking like 4 cigars during that time. So, because of that, I didn't get a chance to record, but I went on live and I was able to show what I got from Cigars and Spirits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So like all the cigars that I receive, they gave us a bag and everything like that. So it's once a year out in Newport Beach at the Hyatt Regency.
Yeah, we did.
So it was really nice.
We did one in Dallas about 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And so
you guys don't have it every year?
Well, we had COVID. We did it the year before COVID, and then we didn't do it the last 2 years. So I don't know if it's coming back this year or not.
I see. Okay. Yeah, it was my first time going.
What do you think?
It was fun. It was small, but it was fun. It's nothing like TPE or PCA, but I really enjoyed it. They have great music. So many different alcohols, you can taste and stuff like that.
That was my favorite part.
I just do the smelling since I can't drink. When you make a promise to yourself, no, I don't drink.
Oh,
because when you drink alcohol, it goes straight to your kidney.
Ah, so you want to take care of that kidney.
I got to take care of my kidney because I have only one kidney. So I got to make sure it lasts me at least 25 years.
Gotcha.
Just want to be safe. So for me, instead of drinking, it's smoking cigar.
Very nice.
So a while back, I had a friend who messaged me. He goes, Roxy, why are you smoking cigar? It's not healthy for you. It's not good for you. And I said, I got offended, of course. I told him, I said, look, I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm just smoking. I'm not inhaling the smoke. So it's not going to my lungs. This is my way of relaxing and enjoying myself. Now, you on the other hand, the fact that you're an alcoholic, it's like you telling me not to smoke cigar. Well, I'm telling you not to drink because it'll affect your liver. And he goes, wow. You're right. You're right. So that's what I'm saying. You can't judge me by telling me, hey, don't do this. I know what's best for me. And I feel like this is my way to relieve all the stress and the anxiety because I've been through a lot with my health issue.
Yeah.
And this is my way of taking care of myself. So I don't drink alcohol, period. So that's my way of taking care of my kidney and my body.
That's good. I mean, I bet my kidney wishes I did that.
Yeah. So my kidney works better than people with 2 kidneys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My level is excellent. So my kidney is from a young 21, 22-year-old male. So his kidney is pretty big. So this is the size of my kidney, right? His kidney is double the size.
Oh, wow.
So the kidney that I have right now that they put in, so I have 3 kidneys total. They left the 2 I have inside of me, and then they attached the new kidney in the front on the right side.
Wow.
So, so I can't even snowboard anymore. And I love to snowboard. Can't surf. Because, when you lean on the board and stuff and you're trying to surf, not a good idea either.
Can you
so
swim?
I can't do. I'm sorry?
Can you swim?
I'm not the best swimmer.
Yeah.
I'm not the best swimmer. Yeah.
But I mean, you can't.
But, I learned surfing since I was like 24 years old. I'm not a great surfer.
But you loved it.
I loved it. I just love being out in the ocean, sitting on that board, watching the wave go by. And it's just nice.
I bet.
Yeah. So I've done a lot in my lifetime where I've had experience riding the quad in the sand dunes, all this stuff that I've done, surfing, snowboarding, skiing. just everything, So I live my life to the fullest. And even now I try to, on my healthy day, I try to enjoy as much as I can, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And I always tell my daughter, my family, like, appreciate life, stay healthy, just take care of yourself. That's what's important. That's what's so important, because you don't know how it feels to be sick. When you're really sick, then you'll realize that you should appreciate your life while you're healthy.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And
you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Day. Oh, you're absolutely welcome anytime. And so I guess we will see you on Instagram soon, and hopefully I'll catch one of your live shows.
Definitely. Sounds good, Rob.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You too.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the interview with Roxy. I mean, I love talking to people who are that open about their lives.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it's not BS when you say everybody has a story.
Oh, no.
And if you're not like kicking back and smoking cigars and getting to know people on a level where you get to know the story.
The true story.
I mean,
yeah,
the stuff that most people you don't know. Because, it's not the high and by. Nah. How's your day, Bob?
Nah. It's the truth.
And
that dirty gritty.
And when you let someone know you on that level, it tells that person, I trust you. I give you all of me. And to me, for me, you know me, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you all of me.
And sometimes,
and if you can't handle it,
too much.
You can't handle the truth.
That's true. That's true.
But you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
So, Roxy, thank you for coming on the show.
Most definitely.
It was an amazing story of your life. You know what? I'm planning on doing another interview with her sometime in the future, because I want to dive into what her parents went through.
Yeah.
That is history.
Yeah.
That you can read about it, but when you get details from someone who lived it,
it's a totally different thing. It's
totally different. And those stories are not out there enough.
No, sir.
America likes to turn a blind eye
to a lot of things.
And those things sometimes are like, holy crap.
Yes.
So anyway, Roxy, thank you so much.
Truly.
So we're going to jump into the top 25 from Cigar Aficionado and
Cigar Journal.
Cigar Journal. And before we do that, let's talk about Case Elegance.
Most definitely.
So let me tell you something, dude. I got a text this week. And in fact, I'm going to pull up the text because I don't want to give you bad information. Okay.
But you don't want to paraphrase.
I don't want to paraphrase, but
he wants to go verbatim.
I would say that most people would be blown away that a guy who listens to the show told you about this. But this guy took the time to send a text message that is generally yeah, that's too long. I'm not going to read that. I'm going to be honest with you. Normally...
So we're going to get the paraphrase.
No, you're not. But usually when there's a message this long, I'm like, all right, what does this dude want? Anyway, I'm going to read it to you. Hey, Rob. In episode 183, I think, you talked about wanting to hear about customer service with Case Elegance. My wife bought me the Octador for Christmas. The hygrometer display didn't work properly. John quickly sent out a new one, which worked out great. But that's not all. About a month ago, the seal that holds the hygrometer wasn't doing its job, and almost every time I closed the lid, the air forced out would go through the hygrometer. That thing is so well sealed, the air had to escape somewhere. So I messed with it for quite a while, but I just couldn't get the hygrometer to stay in. When I closed the lid, the air would force it out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I sent a message to John, and he asked for a video so he could see exactly what was happening. After seeing the video, he shipped out a new Octador. That is incredible customer service and customer focus. I don't recall any time any other business ever has went so far to ensure the customer satisfaction. I imagine this country, if everyone treated people that way, it could be amazing. Signed off, your friend, Big Balls. I'm just kidding on that last part.
Oh my God, man. You are something else.
But dude, I mean, I love getting feedback like that.
Yeah,
I love getting all the feedback because if you're not being taken care of, I want to know that. Yeah. And you know what? It's never happened with Case Elegance. I mean, the dude wanted basically you to send me a hygrometer that wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah.
And they said, nah, man, we're going to send you a whole new one.
Yeah.
They didn't say send me the old one back. They just said, we're going to send you a new one.
Yeah.
And I mean,
customer service.
We don't get enough of the customer service anymore, dude.
Nope.
Prices go up, but service goes down.
Yeah. It's a new world, bro. So you ready to jump into these?
Let's talk about McAuliffe. First of all, if you want to take a cigar journey, like that's what we are all on.
Yes.
But if you haven't done this, you should check out the link in the show notes for the McAuliffe Passport. Because the Passport, walks you through a journey through the entire McAuliffe portfolio. And when you're done, you can send McAuliffe the Passport to show you made the journey. And like Will Coxon has won $1,500
amazing, man,
by turning in his passports. And McAuliffe so much supports the brick and mortars that if you send in their passport and yours is picked and you're the winner, you get a $100 gift certificate to your local shop. Yes, so not only do you support the shop, you have $100 to buy whatever you want. It doesn't have to be McAuliffe cigars.
Nope.
You could buy 3 Padron 1926s. You know what I'm saying?
And move with it.
They just want to support the brick and mortar and to say thank you to you and let you do what you want to do with $100. And Brian Wilcoxon has won $1,500 in less than a year and 5-6 months.
Amazing, man.
$1,500, dude. Do you know how much cigars that buys?
Amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get. Hey, look down the show notes. There's a link to the McAuliffe Passport. Go by and check it out. Download it. They'll send it to you. Some of the shops already have them, and try it out. And if you're not an ambassador, make sure you click on the link in the show notes to become an ambassador. You'll get your own challenge coin. Anyway, let's jump on the top 25 of 21. And, I don't like to do our review of their top 25 until we're at least in May.
Okay.
Because a lot of times I haven't smoked some of the cigars that they have. Mm-hmm. So by the time we do it 4, 5, 6 months later, I've been able to smoke most of them.
Yeah, gotcha.
So are you going first?
Yeah, we're going to go with Cigar Journal, and we're going to go 5 at a time. Correct?
5 at a time. Okay. What's your number 25?
Number 25, they got Oscar Valadares, Superfly Connecticut, Super Toro.
Wow. Okay.
24, AJ Fernandez, Enclave Connecticut, Figurado.
Really?
Yes. 23, the El Rey del Mundo Le Cope 2021 Francia. And I've never
even heard of it.
Nope, never. Everything's a Cuban wrapper, Cuban binder, Cuban filler. So that's probably why we haven't. It's probably why we haven't seen it nor heard of it.
Arriba!
22 is the Cumpe Maduro Robusto.
Who makes it?
Cumpe.
Cumpe.
Yeah, Cumpay.
Kente?
Cumpe. Cumpay.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
No, not that.
All right.
Number 21.
Larry's like, nope, we're not going there. Thank you, Larry.
Number 21 is the Lionel Classic Churchill. And this is a Maduro also.
Is it Cuban?
Dominican Republic.
Okay, never heard of it.
And then number 20 is the Rocky Patel CSWC Toro.
Never had it.
No, me neither.
All right. Well, I hope I have not, to be fair, I have not looked to see the Cigar Aficionado Top 25. Mm-hmm. This is my first time since it came out back in December, I'm sure.
Correct.
That I'm looking at it.
Gotcha.
And that is because I don't value their opinion. I'm sorry, Cigar Aficionado. If you ever listen to this show, which I'm sure you don't, fuck off.
Come on, man.
Anyway, just saying. All right, number 25 for the top 25 of Cigar Aficionado's list of 2021. Number 25 is the Alec Bradley Nitsui. No, let me say it again. Nitsui.
Kintsugi.
Kintsugi.
Yes.
Kintsugi. Thank you, Bryant. Anyway, I've had one, not a fan.
Gotcha.
The EP Carrillo La Historia E3.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it. I never smoked it.
Okay.
I've smoked some EP Carrillo.
Me
Never
too.
had that one, so I can't
neither.
say. The next one is the Ashton Heritage Puro Soul Churchill. I've had that one, and it is a good stick.
Okay.
The next one is the Raymond Alon's by AJ Fernandez Torpedo.
Gotcha.
Never had it. But you know what? Hats off for AJ making the top 25. I'm sure he makes it every year in one form or fashion. The next one is the Padilla 88 Anniversario Robusto. Never had
Me
it,
neither.
but I would like to try it.
Yeah.
I've smoked some of their cigars. Some of them I have not enjoyed, and some of them I have.
Me too. I'm on that road too.
LFD Airbender Chisel. Not 25 material. Not top 25 material. You know what? I think LFD probably paid a lot of money, and they were like, we'll give you 20.
Which one is that? Number 20?
That's 20.
So that's 5 and 5. Who do you think had the best?
You know what? I'm going to say it's a draw.
Yeah.
Just
me too.
because I haven't smoked a lot of those cigars.
And then with my thing with Journal is they got one on there that we'll never be able to smoke.
Unless you fly down to Cuba.
Yeah. So,
And did you know if you go down to Mexico, then you can go to Cuba?
because you're away from America.
But why can't we fly straight over there? Have you seen those gloves that are jet powered and you can fly? You've seen those. Could you go to Cuba if you're flying by yourself, just with those on your arms?
You may not make it, bro. You're going to get shot out the air. I'm sorry.
And
Incoming. Yep. I'm American. Hurry up and shoot him.
fat fuck. Anyway, all right. What do you got for number 19?
My next is the Joya de Nicaragua Cinco Decadas El Doctor.
Great stick.
Yes.
Great
Had
stick.
it.
I think
Good stick.
those are, I guess it's in the top 20.
Yep.
So it's not underrated, but I've always thought those were underrated because I don't see a lot of people smoking
Me
them.
neither.
You know what I mean? I don't smoke them often enough. I went into the humidor earlier today and was like, oh, Joya del Marbre. I was like, not today.
Not today.
But I don't know why.
I got you. Number 18. I've never heard of this one. It's the Buffalo 10 Natural Toro.
I've never had the natural. I've had the Maduro.
You have? How
Yeah.
was that?
Fantastic.
Okay.
And let me tell you, the Buffalo 10 cigar line is like a $7 stick.
Okay.
I mean,
So it's in that
they're
wheelhouse.
good,
Yeah.
but I never see them.
Oh,
Like
okay.
when you see them, buy
Grab 'em.
3 or 4.
Yeah, grab them. I got you.
But I never see them. But they are a really good stick.
Okay. 17 is the Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder Un Presidente.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. I've never had that Vitola, but Jacob's Ladder is a phenomenal cigar.
And here's the thing.
Okay.
16 is the Alec Bradley Kintsugi Robusto. The same one that was 25 on
Okay,
Aficionado.
so your list lost.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for listening, guys.
And 15 is the Zinc Zeno Nicaragua Robusto.
You know, I don't smoke a lot of Xenos because, first of all, they're expensive as shit, and you never see them.
Nope. Only time I saw him was when I was at home.
And I believe, and if there's any listeners out there, tell me if I'm wrong in the show notes or the comments of YouTube channel. But I think Davidoff makes those for Xeno.
Yep. It says Davidoff.
Okay. I thought it was. And, you know, we as a cigar community in Abilene, Texas, we really don't get the opportunity to explore the Davidoff line as much as we would like.
Got you.
I've smoked some, and I'm going to tell you, they were good.
Got you. Got you.
Some of them actually measured up to the price point that they were.
Okay.
But I haven't smoked the Xenos, and I haven't, mainly because I haven't seen them. So what else you got?
That's it. That's 15. That's on you.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
And we're 19
to 15.
San Luis Rey, Carinas Toro.
Ooh.
So let me see. I don't know. Okay. Factory location is Honduras. It's a 6x52 Honduras filler, Honduras binder, and a Nicaraguan wrapper.
Got you.
Never seen that stick. It's like, where are they hiding that one? Kind of like the ball gag.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next one is Raymond Alon's Giantes.
Gigantes.
One of those.
Yeah, got you.
Pick which one you want. If you're from Lubbock, you go with me.
Yeah.
But it's a Habano. Oh, it's made in Cuba.
so that's
So,
why
of course, we don't know that cigar. Yeah, you know what? I don't even think that should be allowed. I don't. So, anyway, let's move on to the next one. My father, the Judge Grand Robusto. That's a good stick. That's, you know what? I'm glad to see my father in there. Yeah. And when you're talking about a top 25 cigar, the price point on that is $12.70.
Yes, sir.
That is an impressive cigar. And the filler comes from Nicaragua. The binder is Nicaragua. And then you get that spicy Ecuadorian wrapper. You know what I mean? That's a good stick.
Yes, sir.
I'm a fan. And what's the ring gauge on that? If a 5x60. And I prefer it like in a torpedo, so it's not too big for my lippes. And then the next cigar on the list is the Hoya Silver Robusto.
Had it.
That's a great stick.
Good stick.
I don't know that it would be in my top 25, but I would say that it is a highly rated cigar.
Yeah.
It's one of those that I don't smoke enough.
Yeah.
I forget about it. But it is a Ecuadorian wrapper. The binder is a Mexican wrapper. And then you get the filler, which is the Nicaraguan, and it's a 5x50. And I believe, I don't see it on here, but it's box pressed.
Got you.
And I dig it. It's a good stick.
Yes, sir.
Number 15, the Herrera Esteli Habano Robusto Grande. I've had it.
I have it.
That's a good stick. That is a very good stick. And it's one of those that when you see, it doesn't look like it's anything special.
However,
But it's a good stick.
Yeah.
It's like no fancy band. You're getting like a dull gold white with red lettering. And it's like, that doesn't look anything special. But you know
However,
what? It's delicious. So,
and that one, I was actually going to say Journal, but when it had but when Aficionado brought that My Father's Judge out, I was like,
the last three,
I said, I got to give it to Aficionado. On that.
Boom. I'm going the same way. I'm going with Aficionado on that one.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now we're down to, we're going to get down to the top 10.
Yeah, no, with 14 to 11.
Okay. We're going to get down to the top 10.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. Number 14 is the Gurkha Triente 30th Anniversary Robusto. I haven't had this.
Haven't had it. Don't know anything about it.
13 would be the Perdomo and Minso 70 Sun-grown Churchill. Sun-grown Churchill.
Who is it?
Perdomo.
Which one is it again?
In Minso.
I've never had that
Me
one.
neither. I haven't even
What's the
seen
ring gauge on that?
It is a 7x70, so it's out of your.
Yeah, that I'm not smoking that. It's a fallacy or something like falsehood.
I got you, bro. I got you. Number 12 is the Perla Del Mar Corojo Toro.
I've never had that one. I've seen it,
but I've never
smoked it.
And it's a 6 1/4 by 54.
And I didn't know it made someone's top 25, or I would have tried it. To be honest with you,
by J.C. Newman.
Okay.
And then number 11, the Casa Turrent Origin Series San Andreas Robusto Extra.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. But I've seen this. I saw this at the Riverman.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's 5.5 by 54. Everything Mexico. Origin, wrapper, binder, and filler.
Like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Underlay. All right. That's it. So okay. Number 14 on the Cigar Aficionado's list is Aging Room Cuatro Nicaragua Concerto.
Gotcha.
Now, I've never had this stick. I'm pretty sure I've seen it. But the band is so butt ugly that I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? And you know what? I mean, you shouldn't go by a band, I know. But sometimes you just look at a cigar and be like, ooh, that's ugly.
Gotcha, bro.
Number 13, Tatawahe Reserva K222. I'm a fan. You know, I will say right now that I have not smoked enough Tatawahe in my lifetime. I am making changes. And I'll tell you this, my favorite Tatawahe is the Fausto.
Yes.
It's a bolder stick, but that's a great stick too. The next one, never heard of it. Luciano the Dreamer.
Never heard of it.
I think Luciano was the second baseman. Just kidding. He was the catcher for the 1934 Cubs. Did they have a team in 34?
I don't know. So
I don't know that one.
What's number 11 so we can get
number
to this top
11
10?
is Cloud Hopper number 53. Never heard of
Me
it.
neither.
It's made by Aganorsa Leaf. It's made in a factory in Nicaragua. It's a 5 1/4 by 42. Now, I dig that.
Yeah.
Never smoked it, but I'm a fan of Aganorsa Leaf. I'm a fan of 5 1/4 by 42. That is a great Vitola. The filler comes from Nicaragua, the binder, and also the wrapper. All Nicaragua.
Nicaragua. So in that 5, so we have the top 10 left now.
I'm going with Cigar Aficionado
me
again.
too. And that's where I was getting ready to say, because I had 2 on the journal that I liked, but it was like 3 or 4.
Like I would like,
and one I want to try because I've never tried it before.
When you say the Luciano, I don't know that cigar.
That's one I don't know.
But then you go with the Cloud Hopper. I don't know that cigar.
But it's
to
Aganorsa.
know that it's Aganorsa Leaf, I'm like,
I want to try it.
ratings of 93.
Yeah.
I'm not doubting. And the price is $6.95.
Oh, yeah. We roll it with that.
All
We
day.
can give that a try any
Yeah.
day.
All right, number 10.
So we're going to go all 10 or just
No,
5?
we're going to go to 5.
10
We'll do the top 5
10
at the
to
end.
6.
Yeah.
And then, okay. So number 10 over here is the Liga Privada Unico Series Year of the Rat. And it is Nicaraguan with a USA wrapper, Bryant from Brazil, and the filler from Nicaragua. I've never seen this stick because it has, look at that band on it.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, I've never seen that. Now who makes that? That looks like a Drew Estate with the...
Liga Privada.
Well, that is Drew Estate.
Drew Estate's 100% LLC.
Yeah.
The factory, La Gran Fabrica, Drew Estate.
And that's number 10?
Yes, that's number 10.
All right, what's number 9?
Placencia Almafuerte Sixto I.
What's the size on that?
And it is the 6x60.
I'm not down.
I had that earlier.
I know you did. I
smoked
saw
that earlier. That was my stick for the...
Let me see the picture. Is that the green band?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was my stick for the...
I smoked it.
show.
I didn't like it.
I like it.
And but I would have liked it in a smaller Vitola.
Got you.
So what's number 8?
Number 8 is the La Aurora Prefritos Horse de
Fritos. Chili cheese pie. Fritos. 2 for 1. Come on down. Gaddafi, bomb in the bucket.
Horse de Age 2020. Never heard of it. La Aurora is Ecuadorian wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, but the filler is Colombian.
Wow.
And it's a 6x54.
You know, unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to smoke a lot of La Aurora. Mm-hmm. But
those
what I
that
have smoked, I've enjoyed.
Yes, sir.
And I would love the opportunity to smoke more. I think that could be like a premier brand at the Leaf.
Got you.
Like we could throw out all of the Drew Estate and put in the La Aurora. You know what I'm
keep
saying?
the Drew Estates, but get rid of the Camachos.
I'm down either way.
I got you.
I'm easy.
Number 7, Oliva Series V, Melanio Limited Edition 2020 Toro Grande.
Natural or Maduro?
It is the Maduro.
Okay. You know what?
6x54.
Great stick.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to tell you this. For the Melanio V series, I actually prefer the natural.
Okay.
The Maduro's good. Mm-hmm. It doesn't measure up to the natural in the way all the flavors flow together. That Maduro's just a little bit overpowering with the sweetness, the chocolatiness.
The thing I love about it is that Sumatra wrapper. You know, I love Sumatras. So that hits me off the bat. So I just buy into it. I'm done. So let me go to number 6, the Vega Fina 1998 Vintage 1 VF4 2L. And I've never seen that one.
I have seen that one. And I've had some Vega Finas.
I have too, but I've never had this one.
Never had that one.
This is 7 3/8 by 42.
Sounds like I would dig it, but I've never had it, so I can't say, but I am a fan of what they do.
Gotcha. That's it.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right, my number 10, and I've never had this, the Arturo Fuente Rare Pink Vintage 1960 Series Happy Ending.
Let me see it.
I'm going to tell you right now, any cigar that is called the Happy Ending, I'm down with.
I've seen that one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never smoked that one, but I've seen it.
I've only seen these cigars like dudes walking out of a geisha girl joint. I'm just saying.
Stop.
Stop. All right, Carlito. The next one is the Rocky Patel Grand Reserve Robusto. Never had it. No, I haven't seen it. Never seen it. The next one is the Cohiba Siglo 6. Never had it. It's Cuban. Now, number 7 is interesting to me. The Oliva Serie V Melanio Maduro Churchill. I think somebody was copying somebody else's test scores.
Yeah, and that came in at what? Number 7?
7. What'd you get it
And
at?
it was 7 over here.
So you got to think that that's a damn good cigar.
Yeah.
Surely.
Both lists had it at number 7.
Boom. Right. And then number 6, which I'm a fan of the brand, but I have not had this cigar. It's the Illusion,
okay.
Cruzado Robusto.
Let me see that.
Well, I'm pulling it up. Here you go. First of all, got a 93 rating. Made by Aganorsa Leaf, the factory in Nicaragua. It's a 5 1/4 by 50 ring gauge. Nicaragua.
Yeah,
And so,
beat that.
you know, I've never had it,
Me
but
neither.
I would definitely smoke it. And the price point on it is $9.80. That's a bargain.
In that wheelhouse.
When you get a cigar that's in the top 10,
That's under 15?
dude, $9.80.
Yeah.
That's under $10.
Yes, sir.
So, and
Roll
except for you people in California, and y'all should like start Scooby Dooing. All right, so I'm gonna give Cigar Aficionado the tilt again.
I'm actually going to say a draw.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to say a draw on that one. I would lean a little bit toward Journal, but I'm going to say a draw.
I mean, really what tilts it for me is the Elysian, the Oliva, which you also have. But then the other one that tilts the scales for me is going to be the Arturo Fuente Rare Pink Vintage 1960 series Happy Ending.
But see, I love Arturo
I love a happy ending.
I would love one too. But it's just that
Larry, get
I
over
haven't
here.
had it, so I don't know. So we're going to get the top 5 for Journal.
Boom, let's do it.
Starting off at number 5, AJ Fernandez, New World, Connecticut, Churchill.
Whoa, back up. You went really fast. Say that slower.
AJ Fernandez, New World, Connecticut, Churchill.
You know what's funny? I just smoked one of those for the very first time about 3 weeks ago.
How was it?
It's top 5.
Gotcha.
It's top 5.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, I love a good Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I don't venture outside of my top 3 or 4.
So when you take that ride.
But I took the ride, and in fact, within 2 days, I was in the cigar humidor with a dude that had just been smoking sweet tips.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, so I'd like to transition into regular cigars, blah, blah, blah. And I recommended
You position
that
them to
cigar
Yeah.
and the Tabanero, Connecticut, and said, I think either one of these would be a great step up from that sweet cigars, and it would really give you an experience that you're going to be like, wow. And then he went and bought the Last Rites instead because he's a moron.
Gotcha. Number 4.
I was like, I hope you puke your guts out.
Number 4 was the Davidoff Dominicana Robusto.
Let me see the picture on that one. I don't think I've had that one. I have not had that one.
5 1/8 by 52. Everything is Dominican Republic except for the binder is from Ecuador.
That sounds tasty. It sounds like you got the sweetness with the inner sweetness with a little bit of spiciness in between the layers.
Yes.
I dig it.
Number 3, I've never pronounced this right, but I'm going to say it's the CLE 25th anniversary Robusto.
Who makes that?
CLE.
Oh, yeah. CLE. That is actually the guy who used to own Camacho.
Okay.
It's not Justo, it's Christian Aurora.
Christian Aurora's dedication to
And-
the cigar industry.
Yeah, and I've never had it, but dude, I've had his 20th anniversary cigar, which blew me away.
I'm gonna try that thing. Everything is Honduran, wrapper, binder, and filler, and it's a 5 by 50.
Which is what Camacho used to be.
Gotcha. And then number 2 is the 60 by Rocky Patel, the Toro,
I don't like it.
which everybody was hollering about. And they're number 1.
I mean, let's back up.
Gotcha.
The 60. I'm not saying that it sucks. I'm just saying that I don't like it in the top 25.
Gotcha. Well, they got it as number 2.
Right.
6.5
Somebody
by 52.
blowing somebody.
6.5 by 52. And their number 1 for Cigar Journal for 2021 was the Perdomo Reserve 10th anniversary box pressed Epicure Maduro.
You're going to have to say that again. Okay, say it one more time. It's the
Perdomo Reserve 10th anniversary boxed press Epicure Maduro.
And what's the size on that?
That is a 6 by 54.
Okay, so I've smoked it in like the ultra teeny tiny Bellicoso.
I've smoked it in this.
I haven't.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was a good cigar.
Was it? And what number did they say?
The number 1.
You think it's number 1?
Nah.
No.
No. I wouldn't even
Would
put
you
it in the
go
top
back
5.
and smoke it again?
I'd go back and smoke it again, but I don't see it in the top 5. Not in my top 5.
Right. I I've smoked the little Bellicoso Vitola.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like 4.5 by 50.
Yeah.
But it's small on both ends. And I've smoked that one probably 4 or 5 times.
Gotcha.
And I would probably place that cigar
above
in my top 100.
100.
Yeah, not top 25.
Gotcha.
Not top 1.
Gotcha. Not number 1.
Right. All right, so let's jump over to Cigar Aficionado.
Gotcha.
Number 5 is the Casa Cuba Double Curatro. Hold on a second. My boss is calling.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, I made a mistake. I'm starving, and I didn't bring any food over here.
That
Would you mind
sucks.
bringing me something?
That sucks.
Pretty please, I'll pay you.
What will you pay me?
I don't know.
I
Please,
need
I'm starving.
I need $20.
20 bucks.
Yeah, I need
How about
20 bucks.
5?
What?
$5.
She said 5.
Make it 15.
Please.
Make it 15.
10.
Done. $10.
$10, but please bring me some food. My stomach's eating itself.
All right, just so you know, this conversation
I gotta go.
This conversation is on Cigar Talk this week.
Okay, great.
All right, love you. Bye. So I guess when I end the show,
He's gonna
I
go
got to go
take
get some food
for
for
his
my
daughter.
daughter who's working as a bartender at the Hallows because she didn't pack a lunch.
I like it. You said my boss is calling.
Hey, yeah, my wife doesn't call and ask me to do shit. She knows better, but my daughter also knows that I'm going to do whatever she asks.
That's right. So let's get that 5 again, man.
Casa Cuba Double Curatro.
Okay.
Never heard of
Me
it.
neither.
I've seen the band.
Okay.
So I think it's made by Arturo Fuente. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Dominican Republic. 4.5 by 54. I'm a fan of that ring gauge.
Yes.
And the filler and binder both come from Dominican Republic. And the wrapper is Ecuadorian. Sounds good.
Yes, it does.
Sounds good. I'm not going to bash that one. Number 4. And I've never smoked this. Partagas Series D.
Let me see it.
Number 4 is what it's called. That, you know, it's called the Series D number 4, and it came in at number 4. But there it is, and it's made in Cuba.
I haven't seen that one.
Well, yeah, it's made in Cuba. So
I
you know
like
what?
Partagas.
You as a cigar top 25, you lose points when your top 5 is made in Cuba.
Made in Cuba. Can't be received.
All right, the next one at number 3 is the San Cristobal Quintessence Churchill. Scored a 95. Price point is $9. It's made in the My Father's Cigar Factory.
Oh, okay.
It's a 7 by 49. I dig that. And the filler and binder is made in Nicaragua, and the wrapper is Ecuadorian.
Okay.
That sounds like a good stick. The next one, oh, brother. Number 2
What is it?
is the Monte Cristo.
Woo!
1935 anniversary Nicaraguan number 2.
Ooh, I've had
And let me
that.
tell you this. I have not had it,
It is a good stick.
but I read about it. And after I read about it, I actually looked for it and couldn't find it.
Couldn't find it.
Like I Googled it and couldn't find it. And the reviews on it were all very high.
I had it when I went home to St. Louis.
It has a 95 rating. It's made by San Lotano Cigars in a factory in Nicaragua. It's a 6 1/8 by 52
Yes.
torpedo.
Yes.
And all of the tobacco is Nicaraguan.
Yes, sir.
And when I read about the review, I was like, all right, I'm going to take back my feeling on Monte Cristo for just a little bit because I do want to try that cigar.
Yes. Yes.
Where'd you get it at?
Home.
All right, number 1 is the Padron 1964 Series Torpedo in the natural.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a really good stick. And it's under $20.
Yes, it is.
When you can smoke a cigar that, to me, is top 5 under $20, that's a cigar that should be on your regular I deserve it rotation.
Yes, sir. I've had that.
I got a lot of those sticks that are I deserve it.
Yeah.
Even when I don't.
And we've done our list for both Aficionado and Journal, and my rating is
all right. Whoa. Okay. So we're gonna score them on 1 to 100.
Okay.
1 being the worst. Don't get it waxed. It's not a Brazilian girl. But what would you give the overall score for both of ours?
Aficionado, I would grade at 89.
Wow. Okay. And what do you give your guy?
Journal, 71.
Okay. Wow. So you're giving it to Cigar Aficionado last year.
I am.
For me, I'm going to give Cigar Journal, and I've calculated statistically, I've thought of all the different ways to weigh out the evaluation.
Stop lying.
In a scientific way.
There's nothing scientific about loving.
And they have scored a 2. No, I'm messing with you. No, I'm going to give them a 74.
Okay.
I give them a 74.
We both graded them in the 70s.
And Cigar
Low 70s.
Aficionado, I'm going to tip my hat to them this year.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give them an 83. I mean, and I think that's a solid rating.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, they were deducted points off the Cubans because
we can't get them.
No.
So we can't grade
I
them.
think that's stupid. You want to do a top 25 of just Cubans? Fine. Go ahead. For those people that get them, rock and roll. But I think an 83 is a good, solid rating for a top 25. I mean, because there's a lot of cigars on that list that I really like, and there's a lot of cigars on that list that I would love to try.
Gotcha.
Your list, there's a few that I would like to try.
And then there's some that's just like,
and it's like, no, that didn't make it, man. And I think both of them, for having the Nitsui,
Kintsugi,
whatever, they both missed the mark. Alec Bradley, you spent some money and it paid off. Just saying. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show.
Yes,
and until next time,
keep smoking.
Boom.